short pass out wide to Darren Baxter. Baxter is about 35 metres from his goal, from his defensive goal, of course. In front is Collingwood, got lots of trouble. Ooh, Steele went for him and went over the top of him and hit him on the shoulder, and the free kick goes to young Stephen Collingwood.
Disappointing crowd, Doug, for a game that's got so much action. Only 5 points the difference at quarter time, 3 points at half time in Footscray's favour. As we see now the Bulldogs going forward. Beasley should have taken that mark. Picked up by Chandler. He's had a great duel with Hawkins across to Ackley. Has the kick hurriedly on that left boot, but like a true back pocket player, he's been reading the John Beckwith manual, and the ball just inside the boundary line before going over and out. Throw in. It's Mossop. Beasley has to come down from full forward. Chandler playing a very good third quarter. Royal's kick is smothered. Picked up by Royal again. The kick's a short one. Lands in no man's territory. Punched away by Ross Smith. Chance for Wallace onto the left boot. McPherson's the target. But he's pushed Michael Passmore out. And the defender on the half-back flank, who had 2 goals kicked on him in the opening quarter by McPherson, takes the free kick and a 15-metre penalty.
Yeah, Steve McPherson gives away an unnecessary 15 metres as well, and this is the undisciplined part of his play, I'm sure, that worries the coach. Michael Passmore kicks it downfield. In front is Phil German. Maloney goes with him. German got there first. Absolutely magnificent roving by Royal again. Underneath it, Mossop. Never looked like it. Stephen McCann. Beautifully done out to Spargo. And Spargo on the centre of the ground. Nobody near him. Steadies and sends it long. Looking for Phil Cracker again. And Phil Cracker could have been awarded that one. McLean comes on. Hits it out towards the boundary line. And gets it out of danger. And he'll be a very relieved player, will Michael McLean, to see that ball trundled over the line.
And very good defensive play by Michael McLean. Purser with the tap out to Hawkins. Oh, well juggled by Dougie Hawkins across to Wallace. Wallace kicks down to that half-forward line to McPherson once more. Able to back and take the mark. That's how he kicked his 2 opening goals in that first quarter. Now he tries to play on. But umpire Rowan Saw is a bit too experienced for that. McPherson from the outer side of the ground, kicking down towards the punt road end of the MCG from the true 50-metre line. Goes short, the lead's on. Collingwood was up, but Shane Williams read it well and has taken the mark. It's kicked through behind Shane Williams, mark number 5. Kick number 7. At his 3rd league club, and Shane Williams moves in. And he's kicked it. And that's a very handy goal for the Bulldogs, because once more that brings him within 3 points of North Melbourne. The Kangaroos 10-11-71, Footscray 9-14-68. We've played nearly 16 minutes into this 3rd quarter. And there's been nothing between these 2 sides since the opening bounce.
North Melbourne on 48 points and Footscray on 40 with a very poor percentage. It's a must for Footscray. Centre of the ground now with 3 points the difference. 16 minutes gone. Umpire Robinson up. Out to Maloney. Picked up by Mossop. Kick is smothered. Brian Cordy hooks it back towards centre half forward. Looking for Foster. McCann's there with him. Punched away, Steve Wallace, an awkward one. Kicked away by Spargo. Ackley does battle and hits it out cleverly. Nicely picked up by Chandler. Chandler down to centre half forward. Underneath it, there was Hepburn. Couldn't take it, had a quiet day. Out to the flank, and German leads in the run for it. You'll have to be quick. Gets a long hand pass over McDonald's head. They're everywhere, and Love slipped at the crucial time after he did a nice evasive run. Lost the face of the ball. Maloney very well to Cordy. Cordy's got the chance to boot to centre half forward. Underneath it, it was Passmore. Foster very strong, took one high and will take a free kick. And Peter Foster, a very fearless player, and shrugs it off. And here's the man who got 4 games for Fitzroy.
It's being reported.
A report?
Ross Smith is being reported, Doug, by umpire Ian Robinson for obviously an alleged high tackle.
Well, he's been a pretty tough player over the season. And I was just saying the Peter Foster career, 4 games for Fitzroy in 1982, could only manage 2 when he went across to Footscray in 83. You'd say he could have given it up, but he's fought back and was in the interstate team this year. A wonderful performance. Ross Smith reported for that tackle as Foster kicks for goal and hooks it just a little and missed it. And that's been the blemish. The left footer kicks it long and normally kicks pretty straight, although his record for the season is 9-16 before this match. So when kicking for goal, I guess he goes back to his backman habits.
Well, 9-15 the Bulldogs have kicked to North Melbourne's 10-11, 2 points the difference, 18 minutes played in this third quarter, and Shane Williams with a kick, just landed at the feet of Steve McPherson. Great tackle by McPherson also. The ball spins out to Royal. Royal's kicked well, smothered by Donald McDonald. McGuinness comes in, has to hand pass wildly, and Smith thumps the ball over the line. I don't think Ross Smith has too much to worry about the tribunal, Doug, because I'm certain there was nothing intentional in that high tackle. So we see the throw-in take place. Foster over the top, picks up. Good play by Foster. This time he fires. That's a great kick by Peter Foster. The snapshot, much better than the set shot, and he's popped through his first goal. 9 kicks to Peter Foster. The second goal, I should say, to Peter Foster. So the centre-half back comes centre-half forward. Has been a very good player right from the opening bounce. And the Bulldogs, once more, the lead has changed, and Footscray are back in front. 10-15, 75. North Melbourne, 10-11, 71. 4 points the difference at the 19-minute mark of the third quarter. And
Jimmy Cracker boots it down, looking for brother Phil once again. Phil Cracker with the ball, hotly pursued. Hooks it back towards the centre-half forward post. And a nice smile that time by Hepburn. Gives the chance to Chandler, right on the boundary line. Pursued by Hawkins. Beats him cleverly, shoots for goal, and misses. Well, that was very skillful football by Chandler. And then from a difficult angle, could have really come in a little closer. Misses a difficult goal, but did it beautifully to frustrate Hawkins, that very experienced, most experienced player in the Footscray side.
And Michael McLean decides to tap the ball under his boot and go for a bit of a run. Kicks out towards the practice wickets on the outer side of the ground. Foster couldn't take the mark. It's usually very slippery out there. Players struggling to pick the ball up. Royal with a quick kick back towards that centre wing position. Ball bounces for Ackley. Hand passes over his head to Jimmy Cracker. Caught was Steve McPherson, but too high. Plays on quickly. Out to Royal. He's had a heap of possessions. Kicks down to Shane Williams in front of the pack. Punched away by Smith. Here's a chance for young Stephen Collinock in his first game. He's caught and held without the ball. Well picked up by umpire Saws. Young Collinock missed a very easy goal early in this third quarter. On his first game. He's had 6 possessions. Started the season in the under-19s. Goes short and hits Simon Beasley on the chest. Good play by the youngster. Lace out. No bruising to Simon.
Simon Beasley. I guess about 35 to 40 metres out. Very difficult angle. Right up against the fence and will cross the boundary line as he comes in to shoot for goal. So it's a tough one. Beasley's kick 1. And the full forward kicks across the face of goal. Almost taken by Shane Williams. Looks to the umpire and says, please, was that mine? But it wasn't. And it's out of bounds. So it'll be thrown in right beside the point post. McDonald's the only ruckman there and thumps it out towards Steele. Steele under pressure, cleverly to Ackley. Ackley boots him out of danger to an open centre wing position where Douglas Hawkins leads. Gets the well, gets it out nicely. Picked up there by Ford. Ford then kicks down looking for Williams, and Williams takes the mark, playing a lively third term. Short passes it beautifully and is taken by Royal. Royal about 45 metres from goal and about a 45-degree angle. The young man who came down from Bairnsdale and was the rookie of the year, won the best and fairest in his first season, and has continued to be a star player almost from the first time he walked onto a league ground. What a wonderful kick, and it just missed. Well,
3 behinds to Brian Royal, and that was his 10th possession for the quarter. And he's been a great player all day as we see the Bulldogs lead by 4 points. They lost the thriller last week to St Kilda. Can they win this week and keep a hope their chance to making the finals this year? As we see Wallace thumps the ball back into play. Chance once more to Royal. He's been caught. The hand pass is a wild one. North Melbourne run the ball over the line by John Law, and a throw once more will take place. Half-back flank for Footscray on the members' side. The Bulldogs kicking down towards the punt road end. Ackley kicks a poor one, and a throw in once more on that centre wing position. 23 minutes played in this third quarter. 4 points the difference. Footscray lead. And it's Purser against McDonald. Purser with the tap out. And a ball up. Purser once more. Wins the tap to McGuinness. Ridden into the ground, picked up by German. Back to that half-forward flank, and this time Michael McLean playing in front. Off Phil Cracker, he's off and running. Touches the ball on the ground and kicks back to the half-forward line.
Law in front position. Foster was the good leaper. German in front of the pack to Larkin. Larkin lightning out to Jim Cracker. Jim Cracker's in trouble from a good tackle by McGuinness, but recovers well and then gets it cleverly out to Larkin. Larkin's an awkward one. Gets away from Maloney. Got two to beat. But looks for the brother Jim. He can't take it. Larkin brilliant once again. Out wide it comes, and Hepburn with it. Hepburn kicks it high in the air. Doesn't gain much distance. Underneath it, the punches by Wallace. Over the back from Phil Cracker. Out to German. Very clever across to Spargo. He gives it to Mossop, and Mossop goes. Beautiful football. And Larkin was the architect who did all the hard work earlier, but finally finished off, and a great goal. And the scoreboard is 11-12 to North Melbourne and 10-16 to Footscray.
And the lead changes yet again. That's the 11th time the lead has changed in the game. And once more, it was Phil Cracker with that lightning hand pass across the German to Spargo, who then drew the Michael McLean away from that last line of defence. And Mossop to put through that easy goal from the square, and Jim Cracker out of the centre. Chance for North Melbourne. Hepburn with a wild punch goes to Love. The hand passes to Larkin. Couldn't read it well. Steele backs up brilliantly to Hepburn. The young 18-year-old goes bang, pops it through. And North Melbourne, 2 goals in 1 minute, have opened up the lead. 12-12, 84. To the Footscray 10-16, 76. 8 points the difference as we're 30 seconds into time on in the third quarter.
What a wonderful 2 goals they've been. Hepburn, who's been very quiet after a magnificent performance in Perth in his last game, has only had 3 kicks for the afternoon. And that was an excellent goal. He's a great left footer. I'm still convinced a player of wonderful promise. McDonald's on the ball as Mossop is at full forward. Even Stephen between the 2 of them. Kicked high in the air down towards centre wing. German it was. Well played Hepburn again. Larkin's with it. Larkin there onto his left foot. Steadies. Gets it out to McDonald. It's dangerous. McDonald tries to find Love. He does. Love back towards Smith. And the kick is a good one, but just off direction through for 1 behind.
Well, they've got a run on now, Doug, North Melbourne, and they have been noted to be able to kick quick goals. And Footscray will just have to tighten up here as McLean drops one in short to McGuinness. A very good player in the first half. Not quite so prominent in this third quarter as the ball on that half-forward flank on the outer side of the ground, taken by Hawkins, paddles the ball along in front. Foster should come in and lend assistance. Has been caught high without the ball. But not paid. And Footscray supporters a bit disappointed with that.
And so was Peter Foster.
As they vent their anger. Purser. Brilliant tap down to Royals. Been a great rover. Kicks up to centre half forward, looking for Beasley in front. The thump away by Fairley, but waiting down was Steve McPherson. Well rode to McPherson with a long shot at goals. Is it on target? He's goal. Steve McPherson has popped through goal number 3, and the Bulldogs, they still continue to fight back. 12-13 North Melbourne 85. Bulldogs 11-16 82. 3 points the difference, and we've played 27 minutes into this third quarter.
Well, it's an exciting few moments since Mossop goaled at the 24-minute mark. Then it was followed by Hepburn at the 25-minute mark for North Melbourne, and Stephen McPherson for Footscray answers the 2-goal challenge by getting a good one. McDonald and Purser wins it. Purser down, and it's booted long down towards the half-forward flank. Underneath it, it was Ross Smith. Well played, Williams. Runs with it towards the boundary line, and slithering over the line was his opponent, Ackley, and it's out of bounds. But still, Footscray in attack and badly needing a goal at the 27.5-minute mark, as North Melbourne are 85 points to Footscray's 82. Peter Foster, Steve McCann with a big long punch down about 25 metres towards the boundary line. Steele hits it further. Larkin comes in, gets a good bounce, steadies, runs into a good tackle. A very good tackle that time by Ford. And the free kick will go to the back pocket, who's up in centre wing position. Kicks it long downfield. Underneath it, Foster's always the target, and he almost held it long enough. Simon Beasley to Williams was very clever, and Williams kicks it and kicks it through. And in time on period, that's 2 goals to each side, and there's still only 3 points the difference.
And the lead has now changed 12 times, Doug. 7 kicks in this quarter for Shane Williams, and he's now kicked 2 goals. 2 goals in this quarter. So a good performance by Shane Williams, who's had a big tussle with the captain of North Melbourne, John Law. But at quarter time, North Melbourne led by 5. Footscray by 3 at half time. And at the 29-minute mark, the Bulldogs once more lead by 3 points. But here comes the Kangaroos up towards centre half forward, and Mark Hepburn takes the mark. Cost North Melbourne $85,000 to get his clearance from WA, 18 years of age. A beautiful raking left foot kick into the goal square. Mossop's out in front and takes the mark. Memories of John Mossop playing for Geelong in that final series against Collingwood in 1981, when he booted 7 goals at the MCG. In that same sort of fashion, leading out and marking strongly. 13 possessions to Mossop, and his second mark. He's kicked 1 goal already in this quarter from a long hand pass in the goal square. He moves in and puts through goal number 2 to John Mossop. Both goals in this quarter, and the move to Mossop to full forward and McDonald in the ruck is paying off for North Melbourne.
Mossop in his career, as Kev mentioned, has been a very handy player when rested forward. That actually was his 98th goal in his league career, and that's a pretty good total for a ruckman. Not too often these days, but you find the big fellows goaling in the forward pocket, as so often there's only one ruckman. They spend a lot of time in interchange. But at North Melbourne, Mossop has the odd rest when Donald McDonald or someone like that takes over, and that's the position at the moment when he's giving John Mossop a rest. And it's going to be Purser, who's rucked throughout the whole match against McDonald. Purser wins it. It's sharked out there and driven by German, but not a good one, taken by Cordy. He left foots it out towards centre wing position. Foster with the ball. Foster sent it long looking for Beasley. Falls short of him. He dives and overruns it. Picked up and driven out very wide by Clarkson. Clarkson's kick will beat. No, it won't beat Hawkins. It stays in line. Hawkins to McGuinness is clever. McGuinness in trouble, back to Hawkins. Hawkins steadies now and drives a pass out to the flank, and it's a good one. And it's taken by Collingwood. Collingwood too far out to score. Doesn't kick it well, gives McCann the chance. McCann in front of his opponent, and Collingwood picks up again, and then eventually goes to Clarkson. Clarkson out wide, and downfield come North Melbourne. Drive it to centre wing, Purser underneath it, and Purser takes a mark. Quickly on with the game, he goes to Steve Wallace. Steve Wallace down towards the flank. Up goes Ross Smith and punches it over the line, out of bounds.
And Purser has played a lone hand in the ruck. He's had to take on both Mossop and also Donald McDonald. As we see Ross Smith with the free kick between the back pocket and half-back flank on the outer side of the ground. Kicks up towards the centre wing position. Purser taps out to Baxter. Baxter, hurried kick back to centre half forward. The ball favours Beasley. Quick hands out to Royal. Couldn't take it as the siren sounds. An opportunity gone begging there for Footscray as Shane Williams' left foot kick bounces through for a goal, but it'll be no score. And at 3/4 time, North Melbourne lead by 3 points. The Kangaroos 13-13, 91. Footscray 12-16, 88.